Hello everyone, I'm Tina of Tina's Workshop, and it is Friday the 11th, and it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and it is only 70 degrees. We had over a week that it was well over 100, all the way up to 106, and then all of a sudden it just went, and it dropped, and 40s at night, and yeah, only 70 right now. Sun's out, it's beautiful. It's like probably the perfect temperature right now, but so it's finally cooling off some, but we'll see if that sticks. I don't know. I'm still in tank tops. I'm sitting here. I am hot, so that is what it is, right? It's been a while since I've actually just sit to chat about my makings. I've had a couple Wednesdays that were still kind of chatting. There was the Lambtown follow-up, and there was our anniversary anniversary trip, and my own personal yarn crawl that I had not actually planned on doing, and it just kind of happened. So if you missed those, you can go back and check them out, which also means that you don't have to see all the things I got from those two in my acquisitions part today. So it makes it a little easier there. And if people wonder why I do that, the whole acquisitions or what bag I'm using and who it's from, there's a lot of times that I watch somebody else's podcast, vlog, show and tell, whatever you want to call it, and they will mention these different ones, and I'm like, ooh, I really like that, and I want to go buy it. So there's a number of different people and places and this and that I've found by watching other people's, things like that. So that's why I share it. Anyway, that being said, I have a few finished objects today, and none of them are in my hand. So I'm going to show you pictures because they've all kind of gone somewhere else, or I just can't put it right in front of the camera. Two of them are actually in the house, but they're my son's, and I already gave them to him. So I'll show you pictures. But the first one I did finish was the Glacier's hat by Nancy Bates, and I got it completely done, blocked, label put on, everything, and my son absolutely loves it. He liked the lighter colors than what is actually in the book, and it happens to match that jacket that he made perfectly. So it's great, and I tried to take a picture of him in it, and he was playing his new guitar that I had just brought home for him from our little excursion that he's been sprucing up and making it fun, and I got a thumbs up from him, and I was like, okay, that's good, I'll take that. And then my second finished object is actually one you have seen before. It's the Musselboro hat by Isolde Teague that I made with the Mystery Machine colorway, and I had finished that one, but we had not made a label for it yet, so we now used the laser cutter. We made the label, and I got the label on. So here's a picture of it with the label, and it came out really nice, and he loves it. And then my third finished object, I made another one of my little chicks, and I had done it while I was at church for our Presbyterian Women's Handmade Projects, and we make things that we have a holiday sale, and then the profits we make from that go to different charities. So I did this while I was sitting at our last one, and so consequently I left it at the church. And if you're interested in that pattern, I have a video tutorial, and I have it on my Ravelry. And then my fourth finished object, I was having fun with Halloween, and I went to Joanns the one day and found this really cute little posable skeleton. So I put him in my cart, but he needed to go in my cart properly. So I put him in my cart, and I wheeled around the store, And I had a few people comment because it was kind of funny. Anyway, so then I got in the car and I put him in the passenger seat. Why not? So drove home with him. And people were like, but you didn't put a seatbelt on him. I'm like, if I put a seatbelt on him, it would have gone across his face. And then when I got home, my son had climbed in next to him, and it was really funny, but he would kill me if I put that picture up. But anyway, I had an idea in my head of what I had wanted to do with him, so I finally started doing that yesterday, and I made him a little hat and a shawl, and then and those are both crocheted, and then I crocheted a spider web and put that on the distaff because he is spinning from the web to make his yarn. And I tried to take pictures against the pantry cupboards where I usually take pictures of things like that, but the white on white didn't work. So I had to turn it around and put it in front of the black refrigerator so you can see it properly. But I think it came out so cute. So it is now sitting in the kitchen by the French doors, and my sister-in-law did take a picture. I'll stick that picture in too of where it's sitting at. I think tonight at night I'll probably get a good picture when it's dark outside, but I was trying to find a spot where it wasn't going to stick out too far into walkways. But I think it's really cute, and on Halloween I'm going to stick it outside while I'm giving out treats. So anyway, those are my finished objects. But I have been working very hard on some of my WIPs, and the two main ones are the Quay Scarf by Jared Flood, and that's the one I've been making for my son since April, and he's been, you know, getting on my case. Hello, Mom, are you like gonna work on this? So the last time I showed it to you, I was right there. So I had done all this since April. So much, right? No wonder he was getting on my case. So I took it with me when we went on our little anniversary trip, and I was working on it in the evening. And okay, so I paused for a second, not sure exactly what word I was at, but anyway, I was working on it at night while we were gone, and then I've been trying to make sure and work on it every night. And I am now, are you ready for this? Very proud of myself. I did this much. Look at that. I'm so proud of myself. I have to do, there's a repeat section that's about this big, and I have to repeat that 18 times before I then repeat this bottom section once. I've repeat 3 times. Only 3 so far. I have to do 15 more repeats. But I got a bunch done. I'm very happy. I've been doing at least half of the repeat when I sit down and work on it. So I worked on it for a little bit yesterday too. So I am very happy. My son absolutely loves it. So I'm getting there. And that one is living currently in my Open Sauce bag from when we went this summer to Open Sauce. It's a really nice bag. They did a great job on these bags, and it's super cute. But that's where that's living. The part of it is still in the other bag, but I have 2 skeins in here with my little chart, and so I don't have to have it all with me, but I'm using some Lambtown things. help me see where I'm at. But anyway, I am very proud of myself on that one. Okay, so I just had my husband go to let the dogs out so I didn't have to get up to do it because the one kept making laps. And so now he's gone and sat down and Dobby's at the door making noises. So give me a second, I gotta go let him out. Okay, so my next work in progress is the other main one I've been working on. So I've had two that have been my main focus, and this one is in my new Delahue bag, which is also doubling as my purse. So it is my Let's Go Everywhere project. And I put the little pin I got from Happy Mermaid Yarn Company. I put that right there. Thought it looked super cute. So the back pouch on this one is my project pouch, and living in there is my Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teague. And I will have links to all the patterns and different things that I mention down below, and if I forget something, just ask me. So this is a Weird Sisters yarn. Pretty. Where is, let's see. Since I've been carrying it with me, I don't have everything in there. I just have the main part of the project. The yarn is, where's my tag? Sorry. Let's see. Put in my pattern. Here's my yarn label. I don't know where my yarn label went. Did it end up down here? It's a basic sock weight yarn. I just don't remember what the colorway was. So it's your 75-25 sock weight. But it's got this really pretty black and gray and little pops of red. And I have gotten that far on it. And I do the pinhole cast on. Some people do a crochet cast on, and I have not tried that. Since I've been doing the Wonderland yarns, I don't mind the pinhole cast on. I've gotten used to it because I do it all the time. But as I was working on it, I was still, since I've changed my method of knitting and I've been trying to get my tensions right, I was still having issue. You can see in these different areas where I have like really large spots of stitches and stuff, and it was really frustrating me on this. And I actually went down and I am using a size 0. Size 0. And because I wanted to make sure that my stitches were tight enough. Excuse the sound in the background. The dog has decided he wants daddy's attention. Anyway, so I was not happy with that, and I started really, I don't know why it clicked this time, but I started really thinking about what I was doing, and I started, it's hard to explain, but I started tugging in a certain way as I did each stitch, just before sliding the stitch off of the needle, the previous stitch. And now I'm getting a very consistent stitch. So you can actually see, okay, so here's the loose stitching, and then you can see as I start to change, like right there, and now look at it. It is very consistent and tight. And when I say tight, I'm using a size 0, and now I'm kind of cursing myself for using that size 0, because now that I've really gotten the hang of it, I mean, the one good thing is that this part that's kind of weird is going to be on the inside of the hat. So it's not going to be seen. Otherwise, I probably would have pulled the whole thing back out and started over. But since that's going to be all in the inside, it's not going to matter. Honestly, this whole section that you're already seeing is all going to be on the inside, probably down to like here. And that'll all be inside, and then it'll double. So if you don't know how, and I think I might have showed it when I did the other one, but if you don't know how the Musselburgh hat works, so when it's done, you have this really, really nice smooth hat, but it's actually worked like in a giant tube in a sense. So you work this big piece. So right now I'm up here in this A part and not all the way through it. So you work this giant piece and then it gets folded inside of itself so that you end up with this end piece like this. So I am still working on the inside piece basically. But I've gotten a lot of it done. I really do like how it's looking. And it's a very easy project to take with me. And now that I'm at this point, and I've got enough of this little bowl here, my yarn can sit right inside of it. So when I'm working on it, the yarn's right there. But then this whole thing just folds up and fits right in the back of this bag, and it goes anywhere with me. So when I have a few minutes that I need something to do, and it's mindless knitting because it's just straight knitting. So it's a really nice to-go project. Oh, where did I put that bag? Right there. Pumpkin. Haha. I started this and I've only picked it up twice now total, but I am making a pumpkin, and I think I'm going to give it to a friend of ours for her birthday because she like never wants anything, and I thought, oh, this will be cute, I can give her a little pumpkin for her birthday. But this is the way it's looking, and I generally don't like the velvet yarns, do not like them, but this color was so pretty and I thought it would make a really pretty pumpkin. So, and it is Lion Brand suede, and the color's number 133. So Lion Brand suede. And then for the stem, what I'm planning to do, because if you don't know, when you do these pumpkins, you do a big rectangle, you bring it together and you stitch it, and you cinch in the bottom, and then you cinch in that top, and then you can run stitches all the way through and around to create your lines. But what I think I'm going to do on this one, I'm still going to run the stitches and all that, but on the top, I'm going to pick up stitches and crochet and make my stem at the top. And I am going to use this for the stem. And it's all sparkly. And I have no idea what it is. It didn't have, I didn't have a ball band for that one. So that's what I'm doing with that. And I picked it up. I'm using my handy dandy furls in a size H. The suede is a size bulky yarn, and I'm just doing a single crochet into the back loop on each row. And then I cast on a new project a couple days ago. I was in Michael's shopping for some birthday presents. Best place to shop for a crafter. But while I was in there, I found, and I've played with these yarns before because they are so soft and scrumptious, and I loved this color. So this is the Caron Cloud Cakes, and I think it's just a basic acrylic, 100% polyester. and it's a number 4 yarn. But look at the color. Oh, and it's so soft, you can see that halo on it. It's super scrumptious. So then I'm like, okay, what can I do with it now? So I found this pattern by Yarnspiration that's supposed to use specifically this yarn. And you use, I'm going to do the medium, but it's set up in a extra small, small medium, large, extra large 2X, and then a 3, 4, and 5X. So I'm just going to do the one that goes up to a medium because that just uses one cake, and I only have one, so that's what I'm going to do. And the type of pattern this is, even though I generally use a large, it is a scarf style pattern, so that's not going to matter. And they call it a knit coverlet 4-way wrap. And I'm not going exactly by pattern, but I thought this was super cute, and it is a free pattern. And I loved how you could wear it the different ways and kind of fully wrap yourself into it. And I live in an area that tends to be a lot warmer, so I generally don't wear scarves and hats and things like that because I just get too warm. And how I can adjust this just to like keep the chill off my arms or something, I really like that. But it is worked in, if you look here, the arm parts are worked in a garter stitch, and then the upper parts are in a stockinette with this trim kind of on the edge. I'm going the wrong way. And I didn't fully like the way that part looked, so I'm actually working the garter the whole way. I liked the idea of the garter, plus it's a very simple thing to just, again, a mindless knit. So this is, oh, I like poked my needle through different areas. Let's see if I can ruin it before I even get it done. Okay, there we go. So this is how far I've gotten so far. So this is the width of it, but you have to remember that the bottom parts are getting brought around to make a sleeve. So that sleeve will be this wide. So that's where I'm at so far, and just doing that garter stitch. Generally you do a garter stitch for 12 inches, so I'm just going to do it the whole way. I like the way it looks. It's soft and it's nice and autumnal, so if I get it done, I can maybe wear it for fall. And that is living in my bag that I got from the cat lady, 2 T's, and it is by Happy Little Yarn. So it's very simple. I actually just printed this really to show you guys because I already had the cast on, and I'm just going until I pretty much run out of this with just enough left to stitch up the 2 ends. So that's all that's in here right now, because I'm not going to need scissors or anything until I get to the end. So it's just got the yarn and the needles, the project. So that's that one. I've been doing a lot of wool washing. I have a series that's going to be coming up, and I think I mentioned it before, that I'm doing on washing the wool, skirting, and washing, and then experimenting with natural dyes. I did a bunch of different colors, and then I had one that I had a lot of supply for, and the color came out amazing. So I did about 3 pounds of that color. I have gotten it all that dyed, and I have gotten it all separated into loose floof so that it can get carded, and I plan to continue with this series, and I will card it and spin it, and I'm planning to knit a sweater with it. But at the moment, this is a couple little bits that I had been carding to see how it came out. But isn't that color amazing? That is Osage Orange that made that color. And my sister-in-law had just gotten me this big basket, and it was perfect because look at this massive basket and all the floof, lots of floof That is full. I have to spin all this. I have to card it all first and then spin it and then make a sweater. But look at it, it's all dyed floof. Lots of floof. And it's a Hampshire, the Hampshire fleece. So it's a real nice fleece. So I'm super excited about that. And then I plan to, when I make the sweater, because it's going to be a cardigan style, I plan to use a set of my buttons and put on it. Since will be spinning it myself, I'm going to put the spinning wheel buttons on there. So I think that'll be super cute. So let's see. Then my scrappy blanket in the big bag that I had made. I haven't actually picked it up since before we left on our little trip, because I've been trying to work on that scarf. But where's my tag? Which side? I know there's a tag on here somewhere. There it is. There it is. Okay. So there's my marker from when I showed it to you guys last, and I've got a number of rows added onto it, and it's completely scrappy, random. I just stick my hand in, pull out a ball, and start working on it. It's a granny rectangle. I started with 20 single crochets in the center, and I am using a size J hook, so nice and big, and it's getting a little bit bigger. That's where that one's at. I almost picked it up last night, but I didn't. Move this out of the way. Okay. Okay, so if you've been watching, we've been also before Lambtown and stuff, I was also working on a lot of the laser cut stuff so that we had it for there. I think I showed you guys the little nitty knotties that my son and I made. A lot of work in those, and different stitch markers and the buttons and the little wraps per inch and stuff like that. And it all has, most of it has my little emblems, and we've got my favorite, the little sock stitch markers, which double as 2 pairs of earrings, and lots of other stitch markers. But I was doing a lot of that, which took away from my time of being able to work more on my projects. But now that Lambtown is over, I should have a little bit more time to do things. Same with my husband's woodworking. We were just trying to get so much done for that, which that went amazing. We actually sold out of almost all of his stuff. We probably could have sold twice as much as we did. So he needs to get his booty in gear and get some more things made. But that went really well. So that took up a lot of our attention. Where did my mouse just go? There it is. Trying to read my notes. I have not gotten anything done on my Cozy Memories blanket. I did get my box in from Wonderland Yarns, and no, you cannot see what's in it until that video. But oh, nice! Just noticed that big dent in it. Anyway, I got the Wonderland Yarns in. It's a beautiful color, of course, but I have not gotten anything done on those, so that's something else that I need to be working on a little bit more. Okay, so on to acquisitions. My favorite part. Okay, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I got an amazing Happy Meal, words, Happy Mail box from my Aunt Sherry. And if you remember the vintage Christmas stocking I did, it was her mom that did the original one that was for my kids and everything, and I'm making them now for the family. And of course, I'm not going to let family pay me for it. I send them out. Well, she sent me Happy Mail. When I say she sent me a box, she sent me a box. Literally, this whole tote was inside of that box. With a wonderful note, and she made these cute ornaments. Look at this. Let's see. Look at that. It lights up. There we go. Now it's lit up. And then she made this one. Yep. Isn't that cute? And I love Christmas. I mean, can't help myself. Love Christmas. So, Christmas ornaments, always good for me. And then, look at this shirt. Don't talk to me, I'm counting. So, perfect, right? And then this super cute mug, easily distracted by yarn. Yes, that is me. And I love my mugs. And then there's 2 cakes. Look at those colors. So fun. This is Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel. Gelatos, my motto, and Petit Fours galore. So, love those colors. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I love those colors. And then, last but definitely not least, we've got a bunch of Red Heart Super Saver yarn. Look at that. And it's like all the colors I use in this Christmas stockings and stuff. That's awesome. I can do so much with that. Yeah. She knows how to put a smile on my face. I love me anything yarny, anything fibery. Okay, where did I put the lid? Down there. Okay. So now, can we actually top that? I went into Joanns the other day, and they have a new line of their big twist stuff, including crochet hooks. So I picked up this one, and I told you guys I wanted to do a crochet hook comparison. So I've actually been picking up size G each time I pick up one, so that I am comparing using the same yarn, the same gauge, all that kind of stuff. So I have fire, furls, clover, prim, my darn yarn, which is actually like a clover or boy, but it's just a handle. But now I have a big twist. And I actually looked in the dollar store the other day because I'm like, oh, I'll pick up one of the Dollar Tree ones too and really round it out. But everyone I've gone into lately, they've had knitting needles, but they haven't had any crochet hooks. But I mean, you know, that's just as that extra little thing. But so anyway, I picked up this one. I've been picking up size G in all of them because I just use them when I'm doing the Wonderland yarns and get a feel for it. And then I can give you guys a really good comparison of what I think of the different ones. So that's the new one to add to that set. Oh, I forgot. It's not a work in progress yet. And I don't have it in a bag yet, but I have it all caked up and ready to go. Forgot about that. So these two yarns that I got during our Wine Country yarn hop that are, this one is the Fiber Circle Studio Twinkle, which they had done for the yarn hop specifically, and it is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. And it was actually dyed by Alicia, who owns the store, and Rebecca. It's super pretty. And this one I bought as my contrast to go with it, and it is Playful Day yarn, which is also, these are both hand dyed out of Petaluma, which is where Fiber Circle Studio is. And this is a yak fingering, 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. And the colorway is Fresh Lime. So I'm going to use these two colors together, so they're all caked up. And got my needles ready. And I am going to do this pattern by Stephen West, the Batad. And I was watching the Playful Knitter the other day. And if I had, I don't know if I would have done it if I had just seen this picture, but I was watching her and she had done one, and she had the small area to the front so that it kind of went over like a poncho. And I loved how it looked. I thought that was great. Here's some different ways that they show it on here. And I like these ridges. Are really nice. But I liked how she wore it. So it was, that small part was here, and then it went over both shoulders. And again, like I said, in the area that I'm in, you know, I might want the shoulders warm, but I don't want the rest warm. So I really liked this. So thank you to the Playful Knitter for showing us her beautiful one the other day. And I'm planning to do these two colors. So I think I'm going to do the thinner pop-out stripes with the green, and then this with the ones that'll be recessed. And I think it's going to be really pretty. So that's going to be a cast on. I just haven't done it yet because I was trying to control myself and do other things, because I still want to do my green shawl with all the green yarns I've been getting, and I definitely have enough to do that. I've actually separated them all into the one green basket, so it's all green in there. And I want to start that, but I also really want to finish the two things for my boys, and I need to work on Wonderland yarns. But I just want to cast on all the things. I have lots of things I want to do. You guys have seen my list. I have all these different things that I want to do. And then there's the things I need to do. And then there's 2 chickens that I need to do too. I don't know. I need to like set myself, okay, I can have like 20 minutes to work on this project, and 20 minutes to work on this one, and 20 minutes to work on this one. I'll do a little round robin of stuff. I ordered a couple things from Twice Sheared Sheep on the last day when I was coming home from my trip. Where's the other ones? I think I dropped them in other bags. Okay. So I ordered 2 sets of their cable needles. And so there's 3 different sizes. So this is just 2 of the sizes from the 2 sets. So these were in one set, these were in another, and then there was one other size. But I ordered it for this one so that I can use it with the Quay Scarf. It's so much easier. You know, I was using this type and the different kinds like that, and they're a pain in the booty. And so then I started using some double pointed needles. I'm like, because then I can just work right off of it easier and all that. And that was great, but they are really long, and I'm only putting, you know, a total anywhere from 2 to 5 stitches on one. And I was like, I don't need anything this long. And I was telling my husband what I wanted, and then I got on to Twice Sheared Sheep, and they had it. And what's funny is I ordered it, and then like 5-10 minutes later, I walked into that last yarn store. What was that, Lola's Loft? And they had them in there. And I was like, I could have bought them in here and had them to go home with. But I had already ordered them, so I left my order. So I did take some really fine sandpaper and go over these because they were kind of catching. And once I did that, they work really nice. But I also bought a set of 3, so they're not all here. The other one is in one of these bags. But I bought a set of 3 of the little tiny fixer crochet hooks. I can't think of what they're called, but they have the little point and then the hook, and they're like the same size just about as these, so they fit really nice into my little project bags. So I had gotten those. And then I got my last guild meeting. We have our little free table and stuff, and I waited. I tried to behave. I waited. There was a bunch of different yarns over there, and I walked away. I wasn't picking anything up. And then when it got closer to the end and nobody had picked these 2 up, I had to save them, you know. They were pretty. I picked up these 2. I could do something together or do something separate. Actually, I could do something for my son. Oh, I could do something even with all of it for my son, because he likes red and pink. Oop. He likes red and pink, but these are like Raiders colors, and he's a Raiders fan, and he likes the black, which is why that Musselboro hat is basically these colors. Anyway, these are both by Fancy Image hand-dyed yarn, Shelton, Washington. They're DK weight, machine washable merino wool. And they both have 4 ounces, 250 yards in them, so there's plenty to do something with. So I brought those home, and then one of my fiber friends there, the one that did the pine needle basket class with me, she brought this and asked me if I wanted it. And I was like, of course I do. I've wanted to do one of these for a while. Crinkle sounds. Sorry. So it is a crochet kit. So it has all the yarn you need. It has all your instructions, and see if you'll know what it is. It is how cute. Oh, I have wanted to do a nativity for a while now. I've done nativities in different styles and things like that over the years, teaching Sunday school and everything, but I have not done a crocheted one yet, and it's one I've wanted to do. And so this has all the little patterns, so Jesus, the angel, the wise men, Mary, palm tree, the sheep, Joseph, and the star, and shepherd. So that will be fun to do that. Okay, I'm not going to move any more of that. Then I also got my monthly package from Into the World. And this color for September is Goblin. So this was the September colorway. And it is a Jacob fleece. So each month they showcase a different breed. So this one is a Jacob. And there is the color. Isn't that fun? So Jacob is one I've actually wanted to try. I have not spun Jacob before. So it is a little bit, I want to say toothier, but I don't know if that's right, but it's a little coarser, but it's not too bad. But I think it would still be something I think a hat would be okay because you have your hair there, but if you were doing a garment, I think you would want something underneath it. But it's very pretty. So that is another thing. I need more, right? Another thing to spin. And then I ordered this as soon as their new sets had come out, and it is by 3 by the Sea. And I didn't take it out of the package yet because it was so cute with the little stickers and stuff. And now I'm going to really quick take it out. Okay. So they also sent some maple apple cider tea and some little light bulb markers. It says thank you. And this is the yarn that I bought. It's called Autumn Spice, and it's their Tortuga base. 85% superwash merino, 15%, I'm not going to say this right, dongle neps, because it is their tweed base. It's their new tweed base that they're doing. And it's so pretty. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's really, really pretty. And if you don't already know, so 3 by the Sea is run by two sisters and their mom. And they are out of Tampa, Florida. So some of the family stayed and some left. I talked to one of them just before this last hurricane, and she had actually left. But of course, she was worried about her family that had decided to stay. So keep them in your thoughts or prayers, because I have not talked to them since then. I know, like I said, I know some of them had actually left and were safe. I don't know what has happened with the ones that are there, but they were right there in Tampa. See, made in Florida. So they do beautiful stuff. You can follow them on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But yeah, think about them and go shop. Oh, and the last thing, I promise, last thing, I was in Joanns the other day, and I still have, oh, I don't know if I didn't show you that one yet either. Okay, so I showed you last time this yarn. What would it be? What would one of my videos be without me dropping something? I have no idea what I dropped. So I showed you this one last time that I'm going to make a project bag with, and that's going to be the inside. So then I found this one the other day, and I was like, oh, I need this. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And they have Oompa Loompa fabric. It's so stinking cute. I don't know which one I want for the inside and which one I want for the outside. I might have to do one bag each way. So I'm going to make project bags with that. And then I was at the Dollar Tree, And I found this fabric, which is enough to make at least one project bag, I think. And that is going to be the outside, because I love the little trucks. And look, Aunt Vic, there's barns. I know you're watching. See the barns? Go to the Dollar Tree. She quilts. She can go buy some fabric. And then I'm going to put this on the inside, which is super, super cute. My sister-in-law is like, I like that one. I like it too, which is why it's going on the inside. So I can still see it. So now I need to sit down and make project bags, because I don't have enough other things to do. I think that's pretty much it. I already told you about Lambtown. I did the Lambtown follow-up and everything. Now you don't have to listen to me all the time talking about Lambtown and not to forget it. However, October 4th and 5th next year is going to be Lambtown. So mark your calendars. But yep, I think that's everything I have for you today. And I know it was a little bit longer because I was kind of making up for a couple weeks. So next week shouldn't be quite as long. So I hope you guys all have an amazing weekend and an amazing week. And don't forget to keep your eye out for my Wednesday videos. Make sure to click like and subscribe and do all those YouTube-y things. Oh, and I just hit over 700 subscribers. So that's super exciting for me. I mean, I'm still small, but it's still exciting once you hit one of those milestones. So I hit 700, so 300 more to hit my 1,000, and I will be extremely happy when I hit 1,000. I'll feel like a true YouTuber. So anyway, I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.